Imagine a future where children no longer play outside, read books, or have face-to-face conversations. Instead, they are glued to their screens, their minds consumed by endless scrolling, gaming, and social media. As technology advances, their attention spans shrink and real-world connections fade into the background. This is not far off dystopia, as it is much a potential future that we are quickly heading toward if we do not change the way kids interact with digital devices. Today, I'm here to persuade you that kids do not need cell phones, they need a digital diet. To fully understand this issue, we must look at the problem, investigate the cause, and finally I will provide you with unique solutions. Let's jump into the problem. The first problem I would like to discuss is the fact that children are using their telephones more than face-to-face interactions to build personal relationships. This makes it hard for children to learn how to talk and act in person, which is a crucial life skill. Being socially comfortable opens many doors for people of all ages. I often see children stuck to their devices, unable to engage with the real life around them. It disappoints me because a growing mind needs to learn how to interact and find enjoyment in all aspects of life, not just the ones that their favorite celebrities portray. Although technology has benefits, children will not learn real-life skills if they are always glued to and dependent on their screens. According to Lakeside Behavioral Health, Gen Z has the whole world at the tip of their fingers, making things like books and dictionaries unnecessary. This suggests that it is much easier for children to access whatever they need to behind the comfort of a screen, making it less difficult to talk to people, but also may promote a sense of loneliness or depression in a growing child's mind. The second problem is that children whose parents use screens to calm them down are more likely to begin showing behavioral problems as they rely more on screen time. Children who overuse technology are more likely to show signs of behavioral issues like an ease to anger issues, being away from devices, otherwise known as addiction, as well as temper tantrums after using devices. According to a funded study by the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, media and cell phone use may lead to the development of postpartum depression, meaning that excessive screen time and online engagement may contribute to mental health challenges for new mothers. Additionally, Education Week.org's Vice President Kelly Mendoza explains that kids are constantly performing for others on social media, as it creates pressure to maintain an idealized version of themselves, which often leads to anxiety and self-esteem issues. This indicates that the overuse of technology can disrupt emotional regulation and social development in children, further leading to behavioral problems such as anger, anxiety, and difficulty managing frustration. As children increasingly rely on screens for comfort or entertainment, they may become more dependent on external sources for emotional regulation, making it harder for them to develop coping mechanisms. Now that we have looked at the problem, let's explore the cause. The first cause is that cell phones are easily accessible and trigger a dopamine high, leading to addiction and children to be more susceptible because they do not fully understand the negative impact that phone addiction can have on them, on their development. Easy accessibility to cell phones causes issues because our society has an addiction to its devices. It is hard for society to judge and change people for an addiction that almost every person has in this day and age. Obviously, children should have parents who monitor their screen time, but parents cannot always be watching their children. Many parents also simply do not enforce rules on their kids to protect them from excessive screen time. According to a survey reported in 2016 by Nicholas Children's Hospital, nearly half of teenagers said that they have felt addicted to their mobile devices, which 3/4 said they felt compelled to immediately respond to text, posts on social media, and other random notifications, highlighting the pervasive nature of screen addiction among young people. Similarly, the National Library of Medicine reported that approximately 83% of children in the United Kingdom ages 12 to 15 own a smartphone, and up to 65% own 3 or more devices on their own, demonstrating how widespread access to multiple devices can further fuel this dependency. This suggests that easy accessibility of smartphones combined with their addictive nature creates a cycle where children are more likely to develop unhealthy habits as they are exposed to constant notifications and social pressures that their developing minds cannot fully process. Since many parents struggle to enforce limits or monitor screen time effectively, children are left more vulnerable to the negative effects of excessive device use, such as addiction and impaired mental development. The second cause is the new digital world as a whole. In the past, children had limited access to shared family devices like televisions, radios, and landlines, which encouraged more personal connections and allowed for only an hour or 2 of screen time each day. However, with the rise of mobile phones and social media, children have gotten phones at younger ages, leading to dopamine addiction and making it harder for them to disconnect. Today, people of all ages are constantly distracted by their devices, which has reduced their ability to focus on what is happening. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, as new media platforms and social media has been incorporated into children's media diets, hours spent watching TV have slowly decreased over the past 2 decades, indicating that there is a shift in how children consume media and engage with technology. Similarly, WGU.edu states that we as a society are wandering into unknown territory as generations past have never had this same kind of constant technological immersion, highlighting the nature of today's digital environment and its potential impact on child development. This indicates that the shift from shared family devices to personal mobile phones has transformed children's relationships with technology, as it has created an environment where constant digital engagement has led to addiction. And distractions from the real world. Now that we have looked at the problem and the cause, let me provide you with 2 unique solutions. First, I believe that there should be a minimum age that children are allowed to have cell phones, and around roughly 16 years of age, to help control phone addiction and allow children to grow and develop properly. Learning lessons firsthand instead of through platforms such as TikTok or Instagram would make children around the world to make lessons more meaningful. Second, children should experience the benefits of being on a sports team at least once in their lives to learn a true team dynamic, as well as their purpose of staying active and exercising regularly. This can help build a better lifestyle and reduce issues such as anxiety, stress, and depression, which are associated with excessive phone usage. Today, I've tried to persuade you that kids do not need a cell phone, they need a digital diet. We looked at the problems, the causes, and I provided you a unique solution. So the next time you hear about children and screen time, I urge you to take action and advocate for a balanced digital diet that fosters healthier development and stronger connections for our future generations. Thank you.